Hi, I'm Lindsay Rose from Lindsay Rose Holistic Health, and I've been asked a few questions recently about how my intuition plays a role in the work that I do, both in the physical work that I do with the body, with my shiatsu therapy, which is a Japanese form of massage, and my Bowen therapy, which is a corrective therapy that helps realign the body, as well as in my energy and intuitive healing sessions. And so one question I get asked is, what does my intuition feel like? So what happens to me when my intuition is working or happening? And so what will often happen for me is when I have a session going on, there's a client on the table, is when I connect with them, say have my hands on their body or around their body, very often I'll see different images start coming up, or I'll hear different things. And it's not that I'm seeing and hearing this stuff physically in the room, but it's more of, it's just coming up in my mind, sort of like on the back burner of my mind, I guess you could say. And so oftentimes I'll see different colors, I'll see different images that might be representative of what is going on in that person's life. I will often feel different emotions start coming up in me that, aren't indicative of anything going on in my life, but actually might be very much going on in that person's life. So very often I'll have, if somebody comes in with neck and shoulder tension and I have my hands here or I'm working up in this area, massaging that area, then I might get a feeling of, let's say, frustration might come up, or a feeling of, oh, and taking on so much responsibility. So like I said, I'll almost experience that feeling as I'm working there with them, and then it might be followed again with, so let's say taking on way too much responsibility, so that word or that sentence will come up in my mind. And very often what I'll do is at the end of a session, I'll always, in a way, debrief with a client, and we'll discuss what was going on in the session, and I'll tell them everything that came up for me. And if I say, is there a chance that you might feel that you're taking on way too many things in your life, or that you have too much responsibility or too many things on your plate, that completely resonates with them. And for me, the best part is very often clients don't know what is going on with them, why they have a certain health condition, or why there's physical pain or discomfort showing up in their body, or why they feel stuck in life or depressed, or there's that lack of motivation to move forward. What could it be about? By having me there, being able to access my intuition, it really does seem to get to the root and the source of what is going on. Some of my favorite things as well is very often a specific image will come up. So say a river flowing might come up while I'm working on somebody's left arm. And when I ask them, or when I tell them that this is what came up, I'll be like, oh, I was on your left arm and I saw an image of this river and it was flowing, but it was really positive. And all of a sudden they'll kind of look at me and be like, oh my gosh, I was seeing a river, and I think it was when you were on my left arm. And so very often at the exact same time that an image comes up for me, that has come up for the client as well. Some of my favorite things that have been happening recently as well is a specific number will come up for me. So in a recent session, the number 6 came up while I was working on the root chakra of somebody, which is energetically that can be about family stuff. And and I was sensing it as a really old energy. So with the number 6 coming up, I asked her, does it have to do with when you were around the age of 6? Sometimes though that could have been indicative that it was 6 years ago, or 1986, or going back, and anything to do with the number 6. And sure enough, she was able to verify that when she was specifically 6 years old, something significant happened in her life. And here we are 40 years later, and it's still impacting her, but she just never realized that connection between then and now was still happening. And at that moment, that my intuition brought me that number, she was actually releasing a lot of energy in that area. And so that is a clear indication that what happened way back then was able to finally be let go of, and now she can continue to move forward and just live that happy, healthy life. And Yeah, it's an amazing experience, and I really believe that we all have intuition in us. And it's just that someone like me, I mean, I practice this on a daily basis. I am able to work with energy and work and fine tune my intuition on an almost daily basis because that is my career and that is my expertise and my gift. And I really encourage people to explore their own intuition, you know, and it's not just about having a gut feeling about something, but sometimes it is about, you know, like something will flash in your mind, but we dismiss it quite easily because it's like, oh, well, what could that be about? And oftentimes it's just a message that is coming that has a lot of truth and validity behind it. You just gotta believe it. Anyways, I hope that you yourself will continue to explore your own intuition, and if there's anything that you need from me, of course, you can get a hold of me whether you live here in the Victoria area or anywhere in the world. My intuition can be accessed no matter where you are, and I can work with people in that regard. So anyways, it's a great part of my practice. I just absolutely love the experiences because it's different every time for me. And I really have to thank my clients for allowing me to have the experience with them. So thank you.